Good afternoon, everyone. We're coming back to you live. We had some audio technical difficulties a few minutes ago. We apologize for that. We wanted to bring you a recorded version of a press conference that APD held just a short time ago about an officer-involved shooting investigation. And this goes back to an incident involving a woman, 58-year-old Lisa Fordyce Blair. Back on June 19th, there was a standoff between police and Fordyce Blair at her home in the 7400 block of East 20th Avenue. Now, according to police, she had come out with a long gun and had confronted a neighbor who feared for her life. The woman went back into her house. Police converged on the house. There was a standoff. And according to APD, the woman fired several shots inside the house. And at some point in this confrontation, an APD sergeant discharged his weapon. This has been under investigation to determine exactly how the woman died, whether it was the officer's shot involved or possibly a self-inflicted wound, something like that. So again, we had some difficulties with that, bringing that press conference to you. We're going to bring that recorded version of that to you right now.
Afternoon. Okay. And just before 5 p.m. on June 19th, which was a Wednesday, APD officers responded to the 7400 block of East 20th Avenue regarding a disturbance with a weapon. The complainant advised that an adult female had exited her residence with a long gun. The female was yelling at them, calling them names, and pointed the gun at him and his adult son, causing him fear. The suspect retreated into her home prior to police arrival. There were no injuries during that interaction. Patrol officers made several attempts to contact the female, but she did not respond. After almost 2 hours of patrol attempting to gain the suspect's compliance, a SWAT call-out was initiated. SWAT, TSU, which is our technical support unit, and negotiators responded to the scene. They continued efforts to contact the female by using both a telephone and a patrol vehicle's PA system, but she remained mostly unresponsive. During this time, officers could hear her firing shots from inside the home. Ultimately, an officer discharged his weapon. During the subsequent search of the residence, the female was found deceased. Her autopsy was conducted this morning. Our community relations unit will release her official cause of death after the medical examiner's office has finished their assessment. Officers on SWAT have other jobs in addition to their SWAT duties. All SWAT officers who work patrol have been fitted with body-worn cameras, and they do wear those cameras during their patrol duties. Those same cameras do not fit properly when SWAT officers are wearing their full SWAT gear. Therefore, the SWAT officers did not have cameras on their bodies during last Wednesday's incident. The department has been researching body-worn cameras designed to work with SWAT gear, and we are still in the process of determining what cameras would work best. The deceased has been identified as 58-year-old Lisa Fordyce Blair. Next of kin notification procedures have been completed. The officer who discharged his weapon is Sergeant John Butler. He's been with APD since December of 2008. What questions do you have for me? The question is Sergeant Butler back? I believe he comes back tonight, or I believe he is able to come back tonight.
Was Ms. Blair shot by, did the officers and her shoot, was she shot?
We'll have to wait for the autopsy completion to be able to say that for sure.
Was there a reason why the officer fired at the house? I understand there was shooting inside the house from the suspect, but...
No, I'm sorry. One officer discharged his weapon. Maybe I misunderstood. They could hear her firing shots from inside the house while she was inside the house?
At them?
I can't say that yet. That's part of the investigation.
Do we know again if any shots came from inside the house after an officer fired inside?
We don't have that information right now. That's part of the investigation.
Do we know the mental state of the deceased, or what the SWAT takes into account when it comes to mental illness and things like that when they're dealing with a situation like this?
Well, crisis negotiator team members were on scene, so they were trying to make contact with the female. That is their primary job when arriving on those scenes.
So you can't speak to the mental state of the deceased?
I can't right now because I wasn't part of that interaction, but the investigation should bear that out.
Did APD know prior to last week that the current body cameras that they had wouldn't fit on SWAT gear?
That part, yes, actually, sorry. We did realize that. We were trying to get helmet cams for those officers. Those turned out to be obsolete, and we were unable to get them fitted.
We have time for one more question? Okay, was this captured on any other cameras, shooting, like dash cameras or surveillance cameras?
That's still part of the investigation. There are vehicles that were on scene, so that may show part of the incident.
You haven't reviewed any of that footage yet?
I have not seen that footage.
Okay, thank you very much.
Again, that was a recorded press conference, happened a short time ago with APD chief-designee Bianca Cross talking about the investigation of an officer-involved shooting case that happened just a few days ago involving a 58-year-old woman who was found dead in her home after a standoff with police. The chief saying that the state medical examiner conducted the autopsy this morning, and they're expecting the results and the cause of death to be released sometime this afternoon to determine exactly how the woman died. This again was the fourth officer-involved shooting in about 38 days involving the Anchorage Police Department. Again, we apologize for the audio difficulties with that report, but we'll have more for you on this on alaskasnewssource.com and on our newscast coming up at 4, 5, 6, and 10 tonight. Thanks for joining us.